Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I'm just checking my microphone. Yeah, it is switched on, so happy Monday. Oh dear me, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, because I did. Right, I'm up today to share a haul that I got a couple of weeks ago but didn't get a chance to share, so I figure I'll do it now, otherwise it'll be the new year. And we're going to make a couple of items using some of these things. So the first thing is from KLJ UYP store, which is KS Craft's other store, I believe. And I've got this set of stamps. So from our house to yours, you've got those lovely borders. All of them are separate stamps. I've got the Happy Christmas. I've got the little kind of stitching. I've got my snowflakes, another snowflake border, trees, and it's very kind of Scandinavian, isn't it? Look at the size of it. It's huge. And I have got my tape measure here, my ruler. Oh yeah, 8 1/4. And I suppose, we've got to go for the biggest border. I'll go for this one here, the snowflakey one, because I can see that. That is 5 5/8 of an inch, so it's certainly going to cover your card. And the next thing I got myself was this set of poison bottles. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. So we've got danger, we've got all different kinds of apothecary and glass bottles, dangerous chemicals, all kinds of little bits for making salt of lemons. That sounds quite nice, actually. Don't know what on earth it was used for. And an ague mixture. Yeah, that doesn't sound so nice. And then of course we've got a little danger there. So these are all little cute things that I can use for Halloween. And when I say little and cute, that one is quite large and would look very nice stamped onto acetate. So that is 3 1/8 of an inch, and then the width on that is 1 inch. So just to give you an example of the size of that, we've got a tincture of quinine. Yeah, flowers of sulphur. What on earth is flowers of sulphur? I'm sure somebody out there knows. Just let me know. Right, next up, I cannot resist vintage style ornament stamps. I just can't help myself. And we are going to stamp these out in a second, just to have a look and make sure they stamp. So we've got this lovely heart-shaped one with a snowflake. We've got a bell. We've got the nutcracker. We've got the star. And we've got the dangly one. But we're going to stamp them in a second, so don't worry if you can't see them fully. And then we've got postal marks. I love these for doing little envelopes. And of course, perfect for my folio die. You could stamp that one and cut it out with a stamp in the set, and that would just look great. Berlin in Fredericia or something. But all different ones. I like those. Right, so those are my stamps that I got, and I'm going to grab a sheet of paper in a minute. And then I wanted to share my dies, because I have cut a couple of them up, but what I really need to do is make them. Yeah, make them properly. So all I did was run away and test to make sure that they could cut really. So I've got Noel, I've got Joy, and I've got Sparkle. These are quite large, and I've got the borders, and I'm going to be doing these in the week so you'll be able to see them. But all I can say is that they cut. That's what's important. And I did the same here. Cut it all apart just to make sure it would cut. And this is a set of gorgeous Christmas ornaments. And look at the wrap that lays on top of one of these ornaments. That rope wrap, and you've got a tassel. And they are a beautiful size. And they're roughly all the same length. So, you know, you'd only need one on a card really. 5 1/2 inches. That's how big that piece is there. So really lovely, look great on a slim line. But once again, we're going to be doing them in the week. And then next, and I cut this apart because I wanted to make sure all of the layers fitted, and they do. And this is a big layering bow. Also comes with a ribbon that of course you can trim down if you want to make your card look like a package. So if I do the length of the ribbon, it is 7 inches. It's absolutely gorgeous, and everything I'm doing, as I say, is always linked below. and it's got 3 pieces. So that's your first layer, your second and your third, and they all match up and they all cut. The ones that I haven't cut out yet, but I can see that they do cut. I mean, you know, visually, and my expertise of cutting dies, thousands of them I've done, I know that these will cut, and they're a gorgeous size. Look at the size of that. It's an ice skating boot with all of the fancy bits, and this is the wavy bit for the laces that goes on here. And of course you can add a ribbon if you want to, but you've got all your layering piece and your heel piece. You've got a top layering boot, and then you've got all the flowers and bits and bobs to have coming out of your boot if you want to, or just use them to make a separate card. And a gorgeous little snowflake. That one's really pretty. But getting stuck in and measuring the size of that boot, that is 5 inches. This would actually look great on a wreath on the door. It's just under 4 inches high. So it's a beautiful size. Really pleased with that. Looking forward to making it. And then next up is a elf hat. This is large again. This is going to make a great easel card, and that's how I'm going to do this. So you've got the bell section, and you've got a bell, you've got all of your holly, you've got a little bow. Isn't that great? I think that might lay out on top of that. No, it doesn't. That's a different sprig. And then you've got another sprig, and you've got some pine, and then you've got your swirly lolly. Oh, look at that. You've got your candy cane, and then you've got the layering piece for the cane. Just a great size, and I can see how big that is going to be just looking at the hat, because it's your outline, and it's a nice frame, so you can see it could also be a shaker. Let's have a look. That is just under 4.5 inches. And then if I go to the width of that, because we've got to go across to the bow, I'm going to say just over 4.5 inches. So what a lovely size. I really like that. So those are the dies that we're going to be doing in the week, and we will be going back to KS Crafts Christmas dies. I just wanted to share these before it became Christmas. Right, now we're going to stamp a few of these, so I'm just going to grab a scrap of cardstock and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my sheet of cardstock down there, and I've got a stamp block, and I'm using VersaFine Clear. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for my ornaments. Let's have a look at these. So I'm going to get the heart-shaped one first, I think. And just pop that down and just peel it off onto my stamp block. Now you always have to remember that when using a stamp block, if anything's at fault, it's usually the user's fault. You don't get that with a stamp platform. And why on earth I haven't got it off the shelf, I don't know why, because I've got 4 stamp platforms, so shame on me. So let's pop this down and hope that I inked it up. I think I'm stamping it at an angle, but never mind. I'll just give it a little bit of welly in the necessary areas and see what we end up with. Ooh, isn't that nice? I like that. That'd be lovely on watercolour cardstock. There you go. It's very folkish. I like that. Great in a journal. And I'm going to stamp my Nutcracker Man as well from that set so that you can see it. Now I'm somebody who would fussy cut these. I mean, not always having dies with stuff doesn't really bother me. As long as it's got a good outline, I can cut it out. And then of course you can just stamp onto your card and layer on your cut out piece or pieces. Because these are really nice to paper layer with as well. So there we go. Let's have a look at this. I'm actually using VersaFine Clear when I know really that the best shade of black is hands down the Distress Archival. It's a nice clear crisp black. let's have a look at that. So there we have our lovely little Nutcracker man. I love his little moon shape on his hat, bless him. That's another sweet one. And I'm just putting these over to one side so I don't mix them up. And then let's try this, and I'm going to get my mini archival, which is here, just so that you can see the shade difference in the blacks. And I think a good one to stamp would be the one that looks like it's got a queen's face on it. So I'm just peeling that off, and we've got this one. Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah. I do like the mini ones rather than the big ones because the pads just seem juicier. It's almost like all the ink you get in a big one gets all put into a little one. It's really nice. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to give it a good press. I did actually move my stamp then, so that's stamp error. But isn't that nice? Those little streaky bits are meant to be in it because it's supposed to be a vintage look. And I'll do one more. Let's do the wavy postal lines because they're always supposed to be, you know, quite delicate. So let's have a look at those. And we'll cancel out our stamp with them. See what that looks like. So I'm going to go here, like it's been posted. There we go. Oh, I like that. And you get these little bubbly squiggly bits on the line, which are really nice. Right, so they work. And next I'm going to do the poison bottles. And I think I'm going to go for this one. Looks interesting. Looks like the kind of bottle that would be amber glass. Ooh, now then, it's all one stamp. So I'm just going to pause while I cut a couple apart, because even though you could stamp it as whole, I want mine separate. Right, I just realised as I was snipping away that really I should do this on camera. So just get your scissors if you want to separate something like this, and just carefully go in between your layers and just chop them off. That's all you've got to do. So now I've got two here that need separating. I can see I've got the word danger, and I've also got a label there. So, you know, that's something to clean up afterwards, but I'm just saying, just because it's there as a whole doesn't mean it has to stay that way. So I want to chop that bottle out, so I've already chopped the big one out. So I'm just going to show you how I do this. Just carefully go up with the scissors because it does cut really, really easily. And there's a little arrow symbol there. I'm just flopping that bit around. And there's another arrow symbol on the other side of it. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go right through there. And I will finish cutting those out after. So I've basically got my little bottle that I wanted. Because, you know, you might only have room on your project for one little bottle, so it's fine by me. And when it's your set of stamps, you can do whatever it is you want. So let's pop that there. Ooh, it says poison. Let's pick this up. Isn't that great? I've got a little bit of tape stuck on there. Oh, I like that. But can you see the difference in the shade of black? It's like the VersaFine is almost grey in comparison. Oh, I do like that little bottle. Right, I'm going to pop that with the others, and I will cut those up so that they're all separated. Right, next up is my Christmas borders, and these might not all fit onto my stamp block, so I'm going to choose carefully. I think I'll go for the snowflake border and the trees just to test this one. So I'm just twing. Might fit on diagonally. Oh yeah, just about. I'm just going to wiggle it. I'll get that into the corners. Yeah, that fits. So I might be stamping that on a bit wonky. But it's nice when you get something that goes the full length of your card or even overlaps it, so that you get a nice finish. Oh, let's put that there. Right, let's see what we've got. Ooh, isn't that nice? I like that. That would look really nice stamped in an icy blue. And then next I'm going to go with the Christmas trees, because if you're using your ink daubers, look at the space that you've got between the trees. You can stamp those, you know, with your dauber in different shades of green if you want to, or even lots of different colours, and have a rainbow of Christmas trees. So it's nice that they have that level of space between them. Right, let's have a look here. I'm going to go lopsided again. Oh, isn't that great? Oh yeah, I'm really happy with my stamps. I'm a happy chappy. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, isn't that lovely? You could do the edge of your journal page or diary. You could go down or across with the snowflakes. Really love that. Love the poison bottle. So those are my stamps from KLJ UYP, and they work. So that's fantastic. And I'm going to try and use some of the Christmas stamps with some of my Christmas items that we're going to be doing during the week. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. And as usual, all links below. Bye.